Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, should I ask her out again? So I've got an email from a viewer. And what's interesting is he started following me, I guess, about 6 years ago, read my first book, 3% Man, once. And he's like, I got this. I don't need to read this thing 10 to 15 times. I'm different. I'm special. He said he was dating 3 or 4 different women. But because he never really learned after going through the book that first time, he got cocky and full of himself. He said within a few months they were all gone out of his life. And then he got involved in the toxic red pill community, as he says, became bitter and pissed off at women, and his success basically evaporated. And so now he's back studying my work again, but you can see obviously he's pretty rusty. And you can still see some of the effects of the red pill community and the nonsense, so much nonsense in it. There are some good things. I do think Rollo Tomasi's book, The Rational Male, is a good book to read. But, I see this all the time. It's every day in my comments, in the emails that we get, and even in a lot of my phone sessions. It's like guys that get involved in that stuff, they're not solution-oriented. All they end up focusing on is how all women suck, or all single moms suck, and all this other fucking ridiculous nonsense. Well, what happens if a woman is married and she's a great woman, but her husband dies or something, or her husband ups and leaves and cheats on her? Oh, she's a ratchet then? It's like these are a bunch of fucking soy boy beta males for the most part in the red pill community, and they're absolutely useless, and they're not doing anything to help guys. All I do is give guys. It's like the polar opposite of the feminist movement. And if you want to see the ratchetness of the feminist movement, just go to my TikTok and read some of the comments from these crazy, pierced, tatted up, green, purple, crazy haired type of women, their reactions on my TikTok videos. So it's like the red pill community is pretty much like that as well. And I always see, and every time I mention this, I'll see people in the comments defending it. Oh, it's not like that. It's like teaches men to focus on themselves. It's like, there's no solutions. There's no solutions in their book. All he was talking about, this is women's true nature, and they all suck. It's useless. Every guy that I see, or I say the almost overwhelming majority of people I see in my comments, they're just dickheads. They're dickheads in the comments, and so we're constantly blocking them. Every time I have a woman or one of the girls that works for me or a friend of mine on, female friends of mine on, it's like they think, oh, a woman, let me abuse her and insult her and say the worst, nastiest things that I can, and then I'll feel good about myself as a man because I belittled a woman. It's like, you do that shit, you're going to get fucking blocked. I want nothing to do with people like that. I like nice people who are nice to me, and I like nice clients. And if you're an asshole, please unsubscribe and go away and go hang out in the red pill community and have a circle jerk with the rest of the fucking incels. So, with that said, I've got a quote that I wrote, and then we'll go through this guy's email. So the quote says, the greatest gift you can give anyone is the gift of your time. You should only ask women out on 2 separate occasions max. Why? You only want to spend your valuable and limited time with women who are excited to see you, not those who struggle to make time for you. If she likes you, she will make time for you. If her interest is low, she will make excuses saying how busy she is. Therefore, give her the gift of missing you permanently. So he says, Dear Coach, I hope all is well with you. You previously replied to an email of mine. I'm the first emailer from, is she flaky, not interested, or testing me? Before Christmas, and it gave me a lot of help. While things didn't work out with that woman, she never contacted me, I felt better in knowing that I had the strength not to chase and act weak. It does feel good to walk away, especially when you start doing it and you've never done that before in your life, from women who don't treat you the way you want to be treated, or when you recognize that they're just not reciprocating on the level that you want and deserve. That's part of self-love. Self-love says, hey, I've extended my invitations, I've given the gift of my time, and it's just not being reciprocated at the level that I want. So let me go find somebody who is excited to see me. He says, I first found your work about 6 years ago, and at the time I read your book, How to Be a 3% Man, this one here, with this handsome shaved head dude on the front. on your website once. I thought I knew it all, which was wrong, and I had immediate success and dated 3 or 4 women simultaneously. Slowly but surely, I fucked up each one of them over a number of months, and one by one, still being weak and uncentered. That's why I say you got to read the book 10 to 15 times. Following this, I fell into the grasp of the toxic red pill. Now I see guys will be going, oh, that's just the black pill. It's not the red pill, coach. You don't know what you're talking about. It's like, okay, I've been doing this a long time. A lot longer than these fucking dudes before the red pill community even came around. I stopped dating and became resentful of women. The silver lining is that during this time, I put myself through college and earned a bachelor's degree, a higher diploma, and now have a fantastic IT job with a great future. Well, congratulations on investing in yourself. Last month, I rediscovered your work and listened to your audiobook, which I purchased on Audible as often as I could. I began dating again, but was very much out of practice. I sometimes enjoy conversing with women on dates so much that I share too much. Well, the important thing and this is right out of How to Win Friends and Influence People, is you want the other person doing 70, 80, even 90% of the talking, and then you ask questions, and this helps you remain mysterious. So she goes out on a date and hardly knows anything about you. It's a scientific fact that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear, and this facilitates this. Because if she doesn't know much about you, she's got to go out with you again to find out about you. But if you're doing all the talking on a date, then she's going to feel like you're selfish and uninterested in who she is and just interested in getting her pants. And if she's hot, she knows she's hot. She don't need you to tell her. But she likes the fact that you think she's hot, but also, more importantly, that you're interested in who she is as a human being and actually want to listen to what she has to say. Even though we have lots in common and a mutual attraction, this gives off the nice guy vibe. I have had women constantly tell me that they hate games, drama, and guys being hot and cold. Women love games because they play them all the time, and they all do it, even though most of them will say, no, I don't. And that's part of the fun with the videos I do with the girls, is I'll ask these questions, and I just let them speak and give their answer, and many of them I love dearly because they're very close to me. But the idea is to illustrate the stuff I talk about in the book. That's why it just constantly, it illustrates why you don't ask women for advice. Because, I mean, even watching Jennifer go through and do some of these videos with me, and she knows my work pretty well, but when I ask her a question, she responds just like a woman responds and doesn't think about it, and then she'll catch herself in it, and we always get a good laugh out of that. But as soon as I make my intentions known, big mistake, they go cold as there is no challenge. Well, the other thing is, if you understand how women are on dates, they're trying to figure out, are you good for her? Are you good to date? Does she like you? And when you're just like, and you're super into a girl and you vomit all your feelings everywhere, she's thinking, why? This guy doesn't even know me yet. How could he possibly feel that way? And those guys that act that way and behave that way tend to become controlling and too aggressive and pursue and chase too much. I went on a date recently with a beautiful woman who fit my ideal woman list of wants. Small, slim, blonde, never married, no kids, and a personality. We chatted online briefly over a day, and I sent her my number. She WhatsApped me that night after midnight. I didn't reply till after 6 p.m. the next day because of work. I sent a few messages back and forth, 5 or 6, but I didn't set a date because I had no time in the week coming up. She sent me memes again later that night, but I just sent one back and said goodnight, and she replied goodnight back. I left it a week and then initiated contact, set a date after a short text exchange. And about 2 hours before the date, she texted asking if we could change the time by 30 minutes as she was rushing. I hadn't left home yet, so I said I could, but if she was busy, we should do it some other time. Her reply was, no, I'm on my way, and will only be 15 minutes later than expected. In the end, we met up, which was a Saturday night, and I made her laugh and smile and had a good time and had lots in common, honestly, a perfect fit, but didn't physically escalate like an idiot. Well, you've been out of practice because you've been in the toxic red pill community looking for 1,000 reasons to be pissed off and to hate men. Because that's all these guys do. I've watched their videos, and all they do is bitch and complain about women and how modern women suck. And then you look at the women that they talk to and talk about, you're like, well, that's not the whole entire dating pool. But okay, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I knew this, so on the walk downtown to our cars, I leaned against her, rubbed off her, etc., trying to make up for it. Yeah, now you're acting like a chick. That you should be letting her do that to you. She didn't distance herself. I went for the kiss anyway, got lips but no tongue, and this is why. You gotta follow what's in the book, dude. She did lean in. She said, "Nice to meet you." I took this as a blow-off, so said bye and turned to walk away, probably with a little anger and irritation in you, which you became upset, you became butthurt. And that's not a good way to go, my man. So he says, before I'd even walked, she said, "I didn't mean it like that." So he took it as like, "Oh, it's the end. She doesn't like me. I'm out of here." So I thought, may as well try again. She was rooting through her bag, asking me if I had a good time. I replied, "Of course." She moved, so no second opportunity came. Yeah, because she was turned off by that point. I drove home and saw that she had texted asking if I got home safe. I didn't reply yet. About 45 minutes later, she texts again, "Thanks for the date." And I replied a while later saying I'd got home, stupid. He's got that in parentheses. Had a great time, worse. Thought she was cool. It gets better. I'd love to see her again, for fuck's sake. These are all his little commentary on his, because he's the one, And to give me a call to arrange, blah, blah, another date, I guess. She read this next morning and didn't reply. So the important thing is if you're on WhatsApp doing this and it's sending read receipts, it looks like you're purposely ignoring her and jerking her around. So he doesn't say that. Maybe you just saw on your Windows lock screen the messages popped up so you were able to read what she wrote. But don't ever go into WhatsApp or Facebook or anything, or even if you have your text, because a lot of people have their text read receipts on. And so if you read somebody's text and it says read to the person and then you don't ever reply for a while, then it looks like you're purposely ignoring them and purposely playing games. So I bring that up a lot because a lot of guys don't think about that, and they do it. So you gotta understand what you're doing, especially because he made that comment. A lot of women complain about games. Well, if you're doing that with your texting exchange, it looks like you're playing games, and it's irritating. It pisses them off. He says, I was shitting it because I felt the let's be friends coming. So look at this guy's mindset. He's already assuming the worst. It's not going to happen. She doesn't like me. Just like when he got buttered, it's like he just said bye and turned around and leave. I didn't mean it like that. So you got to relax, dude. You got to think from the end. Assume all women like you and want you, even though that's not going to be the case. But just assume that and come from that place. Unless or until they make it very clear that they're not interested in you. Then you can walk away. But don't do it butthurt. Smile and go, hey, call me if you change your mind. He says, I shouldn't have put the ball in her court, but it was too late, so I should have waited it out. Stupidly, I texted her a meme on Wednesday and got some laughing emojis back. I didn't even expect a reply. Again, continuously going, oh, she's not going to like me. She doesn't want me. She's not even replied. Oh, she did reply. Look at that. Wow. I knew this was a bad call, so I immediately went on Amazon and bought the paperback, which arrived on Friday. Finally, he gets the book, to get back to that. He said that was on it's just in the last couple days. So he says, I had planned to leave it a week since I last sent that meme message to ask her out again. However, I have read the book in full twice while listening to the audiobook on double speed since Friday afternoon, which takes 3 hours or so, and today it takes about 3.5 if you do it 2-speed. And today, Sunday the 23rd, I am reading it for the third time. I think any contact would go against my previous words. Even to ask her out, she might say yes, but it wouldn't be the same as if she reached out and wanted it. She has lots of male attention, and this is tempting me to initiate again. So what I would do is I would wait 2 weeks. 2 weeks of radio silence, and then reach out again and say, hey, whatever her name is. Say her name is Jessica. Hey, Jessica, hope you're doing great. I'd love to see you again. What's your schedule like? When are you free to get together? Something along those lines, and see what happens, and then make a date. He says, my initial response to her post-date text should have been along the lines of, had a good time, talk soon, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Then let her wait to contact her during the week around the time I did text. I would have just waited I would have texted her that back, but then just waited until the following week and then text her again to try to set a date. He says, I got too excited, made a poor choice, and showed too much interest and eagerness to tell her I was up for seeing her again. I was no challenge. Doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I mean, the reality is you can make mistakes if the girl really likes you. It seems like she went out of her way to say, hey, I am interested. But the fact that you automatically assumed you weren't worthy, I mean, she did reply to the meme text. So, like I said, I would wait 2 weeks after the meme text, the last time you texted her, because you want to give her some space and see if she'll reach out to you first. So I would wait a full 2 weeks from the meme text and then message her and see if she'll make a date with you. But it's like, you got to look at your mindset here. Your mindset assumes the worst. There's no way she's going to like me. That's part of the problem of getting involved in the red pill community. All women are the same, and they all suck, and they only want the chads, or this or that, or whatever nonsense they're pushing. Which, if you read their books, there's no solutions. There's no how to get a girl on a date, how to raise her attraction, how to seduce her. There's none of that in there. It's just a bunch of reasons why they suck. The moral of the story is read the freaking book. I will read it 15 times. There is no substitute for reading the book. Yeah, well, it only took 6 years, but at least you finally came around. I should have physically escalated, no doubt. Part of the problem is you are doubting yourself, and that's your mindset, and that's the story you're telling yourself. And so you're saying and you're communicating things that are going, I'm not worthy, I know you're going to reject me at any moment, but hopefully I get to enjoy every second until you reject me. Eventually, women are going to catch on to that you don't have, because you're constantly communicating, you have no confidence. And the number one, most important thing to women is confidence in a guy. And if you're constantly communicating directly or indirectly that you have no confidence, eventually she's going to go, yeah, you're right. I don't want to go out with you again. But all I had to do was accept the kiss, walk away, and play it cool, and probably would have been okay for a second date. Am I right to never contact her again? No. I would wait 2 weeks after the meme thing. Because maybe she's in a different headspace and time has passed and she's going to wonder what happened to that guy. Because she did reply the last time you text her. So again, I would wait 2 full weeks because you want to see if she'll reach out to you. I feel calling her and asking her out would be as weak as I left the ball in her court initially. Yeah, but you still sent her a meme after that, so that kind of doesn't really matter. Any help would be appreciated. I hope this email can encourage viewers not to cherry pick info from your great work. I say it all the time, but people don't listen. But at least after 6 years, you finally came around. It only took 6 years, this many. So if you got a questioner, and for those of you that haven't read 3% Man yet, or Mastering Yourself, or the latest Quotes, Ruminations, and Contemplations, you can read all 3 of these books for free at understandingrelationships.com. Just subscribe to the email newsletter. It's available in audiobook, paperback, hardcover, and digital everywhere. So if you'd like to book a coaching session with yours truly, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book the option that works best for you. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.